reevaluated. They put out, when they did the last study around the base, kind of a template plan for all cities, but it don't fit all cities. And we never officially adopted that, and we need to adopt a comp plan going forward, especially with the corridor and of Highway 183 or River Oaks Boulevard. And he's going to be there to present that plan. It's at 6:30 at the Event Center on October the 28th. And we'd like to ask everybody to come out because it's everybody's community.
Why didn't we do it at the town hall?
We didn't do it at the town hall meeting because there's some other plan of the town hall meeting that night involving Churchill water line from the city of Fort Worth. So unfortunately, we have to do it like that.
That was a big issue with them at TML at one of the conferences I went to about that plan. It said not only do you pass a plan, come up with a plan and pass a plan, but you need to review that plan at least once a year and make sure you're staying in compliance with that plan. And don't just make a plan, put it on the shelf, working.
And it needs to stay comparable to the zoning ordinance.
And also revise the zoning ordinance after you, more extensively revise the zoning ordinance after you
That's our plan.
readopted the comp plan. So yeah, that's a key
Voted
part.
on the sign ordinance right after that.
All that kind of goes hand in hand with what it's all. That's something that so many cities have it. They have them, but they have them on the shelf, but they never look at them. Years go by. They've done things that don't comply with the plan.
Yep. Anything else, Mark?
Well, that's all I have, so.
Any department head say anything?
Yes, sir. All right, I have two things, Mayor. Once again, is to reiterate the November town hall. That'll be a meeting with the city of Fort Worth on the replacing water mains, city of Fort Worth replacing their water main on Churchill from White Settlement down through there. We will take the entire meeting, this lengthy process, allow for public input and questions on how that process will work. It's a three-phase project, and they plan to bring plenty of staff and maps and everything showing and do that. Second thing I have is we have a traffic detour scheduled at 183 in Roberts Cutoff. It's kind of more of the Black Oak area on the north side. Our intent this week is to open up the south that has been closed off for well over 4 or 5 weeks now.
Has it been closed off?
Well,
Some people.
Why can't we enforce some of that? The signage changes day after day. There's no,
we've had
we've got guys sitting down there working those, stopping people, but you can't write tickets for something that isn't clearly spelled out, and you move those signs around so much, it's just hard.
Dude, I'm talking about, been there every day for weeks now.
But what sign do you talk about?
The one that says, southbound on Roberts Cutoff at River Oaks Boulevard, and northbound at Black Oak, and, Barbaro and River Oaks Boulevard, Roberts Cutoff, excuse me. One that just amazes me that nobody even, I seem to be the only person that turns where it says detour. It doesn't say road closed to through traffic like it used to.
You have to follow them to make sure they don't live down there too.
Well, there's a kid right there, and there's only 5 houses that they're blowing right past and sitting at the traffic light to go forward.
but our main emphasis is to get that south side open on Roberts Cutoff, and then right at the intersection of Black Oak, we're going to have Black Oak closed at Roberts Cutoff all the way to Linda Street. We do have to compensate for the dentist office that's there and get their people in there, and I'll have a personal meeting with them this week to coordinate that, to keep them in business, and that's the way that new water main down there on that particular area. Other than that, that's all I have as far as on the construction. Asphalt crews are working to restore roads every day, and we're seeing some progress.
stable, according to what happened yesterday with water break. But there's a lot of people concerned about not having water. I guess the
Yes.
construction crew.
We're having problems in my office now, but I'm assuming it's just, would we be having stuff in the lines from that?
There, to answer your question, could be, could not. I need to come out and do an investigation in your particular area on that. There was a lot of air. We bled the air off. That's going to cause some problems for the day. So we'll be in there. But to answer your question, sir, what happened is there's a feeder line right there at the intersection of Meandering and Roberts Cutoff. And there was a old fire hydrant that was left under the ground that no one was aware of. The contractor went underneath it, fine, but as he was dragging his head back, he hooked it and pulled it out. Thus, it was an old leaded T, what we call a leaded T. And so when you find those in the system, you have to cut them out. So that caused the outage to be longer than expected. We have recorded every address outage, and we're looking, there should be a secondary feed, and we're trying to pinpoint from those outages where that valve is off. There should be a valve that's on that should allow the secondary feed to take over and take that. So that's what we're working on. I was a little short-staffed due to the fact that they worked a long time and didn't make it in this morning.
They were out there late last night. Tell them we appreciate it.
I was there with them, and Mr. Gregory was, and one of the fine things of River Oaks and humanity itself is, I do not know if the lady is a resident. I assume she was a resident. She stopped by and said, these guys have been working a long time. Do you mind if I buy them supper? I said, don't mind at all. She went to Whataburger and bought them all burgers and Cokes and came back. And
Hats off.
Yeah.
What was that, do you know?
She wouldn't give me her name. So she didn't want no recognition. She just wanted to make sure that they take care of it.
God bless. True good people. Thank you for being there.
And
Well, he's working.
Mr. Gregory was out there with me.
It's about time he does something.
Yeah.
When I went by, I saw you and Mr. Gregory both stand there doing nothing but watching.
No, we, sir, we were.
He was there with his shovel ready to go to work with him, so y'all.
No, I just drive by, I was sitting there and say, I'm just,
You have your wood stove ready to.
I did, but let me tell you what they've got. They've gotten it so easy now. They got these Hydromax plants that now all they do is 2 bolts. Back in my day, it was 6 and 8 bolts.
back in your day. What are you gonna do, tell us to get off your lawn now? Get off.
When you saw us, Mayor, that's what we were discussing. We were discussing about how.
You wasn't even standing by each other, you wasn't discussing.
Oh,
You there looking.
But that was a nice attempt to cover.
Right.
We were in conversation.
Were you eating your burger, that when you came by, that what it was?
No, basically, we were, through some part of the process, Mr. Gregory is asking about High Max Expressor and when it was invented.
It is a great clamp, I'll have to tell you. Fantastic.
That's all I have, sir, is the tour in the town hall.
You know, department heads, anything? Any questions for him?
I was gonna ask Shirley, I was not able to be at the most recent talent show, how'd it go?
It's good, it's good.
That those have been-
Had some good kids.
The first 2 were a lot of fun and seemed like it was getting more and more attention, so good
Did you
deal.
get a good MC? I heard that originally you had a really good.
Yeah, they were good. They've all been good. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get, but.
When's the next one? Is it November?
November the first weekend, first Saturday.
Second.
Second.
November 2nd?
Yeah,
And then the last one's November 30th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Marvin, 35 is yours also, it's the very same thing as number 1.
35.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably.
No, I'm sorry, 34. 34 is yours also. It's the same thing you're doing at the beginning of the meeting.
Well, it's written a little bit different.
Which one are you gonna do away with?
Do I have to keep both of them on there, Betsy?
no, you don't. You don't.
You're king now, you.
The first one is in compliance with the
Okay,
laws.
then we don't need 34 on there next time.